MiniWarGamer Dave here from MiniWarGaming.com. Wargamers, I have some just stupid, exciting news, and it's going to sound ridiculous because it is ridiculous, and I love it. I love that it's ridiculous. But before I get into the details of it, let me just show you this video because it's a teaser for the board game that we are creating. It's something that we've had in the back of our minds, and we're just throwing it out there because we're crazy like this.
In the world of Adrasil, in the kingdom of Oleron, elite warriors called Rangers are the blade of the king. They are the driving force behind the peace enjoyed in this realm. That is, until the forces of darkness band together to launch devastating raiding parties in search of the Bloodstone, an ancient artifact forged by the creator of all creatures of darkness in this world. The Rangers, aligning themselves with the other forces of light, must defend the kingdom of Oleron and preserve the peace they hold dear. Unless they deploy strategic might and build their defenses, this shroud of evil will inevitably consume the world. Legacy of the Rangers.
I got to give you some background because the story is just so out there, and I can't even believe that we are where we are right now. So a few days ago, I looked at the Kickstarter, saw that it was funded. We've reached our goal. We've surpassed our goal. The movie's going to happen. It's going to be awesome, thanks to you guys. And so I thought to myself, what is to be done now? Do I just kind of wait for it to end and kind of let it all ride out and it'll be over? Or is there some sort of potential here for something more? On Facebook, I messaged an old friend, Thomas Gofton. Thomas Gofton, I met him about a year ago. We were going to do a film collaboration together. It never actually ended up working out because the producers pulled the plug, and so that happens sometimes. I was a little bit disappointed, and I sent him a link to the Kickstarter, and I said, hey, take a look at my Kickstarter. It's funded, and I would like for you to be involved somehow, whether it's be in the movie or help produce it, whatever. And so he looked at it and he said, first off, Dave, that's really awesome that you were able to fund this Kickstarter, so congratulations. And second, you have time left on your Kickstarter. We can do something awesome here. We could do a stretch goal and possibly make a short film, add more to the Rangers series, or we could make a board game. And when he was saying this idea of a board game, I thought, that's crazy. No, there's not enough time. There's no way. But the more we started talking about it, the more I realized that this is actually something that we can do, because I've had the idea in the past and I've always wanted to do this, and it's the perfect opportunity to do this because the Kickstarter is already funded, and just simply unlock the game and make it available. That's exactly what Thomas does. He creates board games. He designs them, he publishes them with his team, and he's fantastically good at it. And I didn't even know this about him. I only knew him as an actor and as a producer. And so he showed me the Kickstarters that he worked on. The last game that he created was Buffy the Vampire Slayer. He got a license from Fox, and fantastic game. And the other games that he's created other fantasy games, King Arthur and Robin Hood, and they've been successfully funded. And I heard of the story of his very first campaign that he did. Someone told him, oh, you should put it on Kickstarter. And he's like, oh, what's Kickstarter? And this was years ago. This is a few years ago that this was happening. So he put it on Kickstarter. He set a goal for $20,000. He got nearly double that, $39,000 for this awesome fantasy game. And he was very excited, went out to get manufacturing for it. Unfortunately, the manufacturer just completely screwed him over. The backers were very understanding. They were like, well, it's your first Kickstarter, and sorry this happened to you. He lost sleep over this. Instead of giving them a defective product, he said to his backers, you know what, guys? I'm going to get a new manufacturer, and I'm going to give you the product, the quality product that I promised you from the beginning. And so that's exactly what he did at his own expense of losing everything that he made from the Kickstarter, and he actually went in the hole, $28,000, in order to give the backers the quality product that he promised from the beginning. The loyalty that he built up in his backers and in his following, because they knew that they could trust him to deliver on his promise and to create an awesome quality game. And he's created many games since then. And he has attracted the attention of larger companies who want to create games such as Buffy the Vampire Slayer and Galaxy Quest and all of these legacy games, Sherwood Legacy. And his team creates original artwork for each of his games. And it's fantastic. It looks awesome. And that's the exact thing that we're going to do for the Rangers game. Legacy of the Rangers, Bloodstone.
Hey everybody, Thomas here with Team Lindvander, and we're here to tell you about this wonderful new collaboration with MiniWarGaming Studios. Legacy of the Rangers, the board game. And the team here is going to tell you a little bit more about it.
Yeah, at Lindvander, we're really passionate about board games, and cooperative board games in particular. That's why we're putting together a fully cooperative game for 1 to 4 players, where you can play as all of your favorite characters from the Rangers Bloodstone.
Yeah, so this game's going to have 2 phases to it. The first phase is the day phase, where you and your friends go out and you murder orcs. And the second phase is the night phase, where the orcs actually turn the tables and they start murdering you. So you kind of have to get a plan ready to handle what they're going to do.
Yeah, the game board is a map of the kingdom with cities, with rows going in between. The Rangers will travel in between the cities to defend villagers, meet objectives, and just straight up murder some orcs.
But the catch is, while they're doing that, the enemy orcs are arranged into warbands, and each warband is a deck of cards. Now you won't know the composition and strength of that warband until you begin fighting them. But each warband also has a leader that provides a persistent effect on the board. So if you leave that warband too long, that leader's going to punish you and make the rest of the game more difficult.
Players can finally win the game by fortifying each city to the point where they can begin defending themselves. You can begin by building a wall around the city and maybe fortifying that wall, and then each city will also need a specialized structure that provides you a passive benefit for the rest of the game. So choosing when and where to place those benefits is part of the core strategy.
We're really excited about where this game can go. We've planted enough seeds to make it grow in a way that we can release many expansions in the future and potentially put miniatures to this game. We're really excited about you backing this project and helping out with the film, the Rangers, the Bloodstone, and the board game coming. Thank you so much.
Now for the fun technical stuff. How do you get the board game? Well, there's a few options. If you haven't pledged yet on the Kickstarter, then, well, we've added a couple pledges in the link below to go to the Kickstarter. There's a $45 US pledge, which includes the board game. Plain and simple. We'll have to work out shipping costs afterwards, so there will be an additional shipping cost. If you want to get the board game bundled with a Blu-ray or DVD, there is a $90 option. That actually is a bit of a savings, because normally it was a $50 for the Blu-ray or DVD, and so we're only going to add $40 onto that if you want to bundle that, and they'll get shipped together. So if you've already paid for shipping on another one, then it just works out nicer because the shipping cost gets together. There's also a retail option. You got to prove you're a retailer to get this one, but it's a 6-pack bundle with 33% off, so that'll be one of the options in the pledges as well. So you can put them in your store and sell them at full retail, which is $45 US, and make some profits there. But you will have to prove you're a retailer in order to get that one. And then the last option is, if you've already contributed to the Kickstarter, you can just add as an add-on, and then we'll work it out afterwards that you're getting the board game. You have 2 options. If you are getting a physical copy of a Blu-ray or DVD, then you can just add $40, and we'll work out the shipping cost afterwards. If you are not getting a physical copy of the movie, if you've gotten the HD digital download or one of the perks that only gives that, then you need to add $45 US in order to get the board game. So $40 if you're getting the Blu-ray or DVD, $45 if you're not getting the Blu-ray or DVD. If you haven't pledged yet on the Kickstarter, it's super easy. Just go and take a look at the pledges, choose the one that suits you the most, and like I said, shipping costs will be extra after the campaign is over.